Raw, I'ma give it to ya with no trivia. Roll like cocaine straight from Bolivia. My hip hop will rock and shock the nation like the Emancipation Proclamation. We MCs approach your slang is dead. You might as well water into the wall and bang your head. I'll cut the force before shit doubting. I'm making cowards crumble. What did oh fuck? What did he say? I'm making. You talking about whites? I'm making crackers cower from the Caucasus Mountains. Well, I'm Messiah. I set the microphone on fire. Rap styles vary and carry like Mariah. I come from the Shaolin slum, and the owl I'm from is coming through with enough niggas, enough guns. Shit, never mind. I smoke too much weed, and I'm too fucking old to be remembering all these goddamn rap lyrics from 20 and 30 years ago. But here we are, and onward we move. Hey! What's up, y'all? It's Tuesday. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Burn It Down with Kim Brown. This is the place that we set oppression ablaze. I'd like to welcome everybody to the show. It's going to be a quickie. Hit it in quickie. Y'all, some of y'all are familiar with the concept. It's snowing out here. Now, why do I have to hurry up and get off the air because it's snowing? I don't, but I want to because I do. I don't know. I can't call it. And we had a full moon a couple days ago, and I'm just kind of feeling all the things. So I'm going to make this a quick program. Shout out to all the fire famers checking in with us on this evening. I'm also keeping an ear out for Bagheera. Why? Oh, she's fine, by the way. She's doing much better today. Bagheera said, oh, y'all thought y'all wouldn't go see me? I'm the Bagheera of this shit. Bagheera, I don't know what kind of time Bagheera on. She keep acting like she Fred Sanford, and Bagheera is my dog. For those that may not know, I have a 16-year-old pit bull, and she had a stroke, seizure. Who in the hell knows what she had? But she was down for like 32 hours. Like she was sleeping, walking, couldn't walk. Now back like it never happened. And every time she has one of these, it's like she Fred Sanford. She like, Breezy, this is the big one. I'm coming to join you, Breezy. And it's like and I keep thinking we gonna have to, pour out a little liquor for Bagheera. And Bagheera said, not yet, niggas. Y'all, her enemy is gonna have to wait several more days. But psych, Bagheera doesn't have any enemies. Y'all know why Bagheera doesn't have any enemies? Because Bagheera has outlived all of her enemies. That is correct. So, well, most of them. I'll leave names out of it. But anyway, guys, I do not have a big, huge show for y'all today, but we're not going to talk about nothing too depressing. You know why? Because our people came and showed up and stood 10 toes down when the crackers, and again, for those of y'all that may not be familiar with me, when I say crackers, yes, I'm talking about whites, right? So all crackers are whites, but not all whites are crackers, okay? However, the group of masked and armed crackers who showed up to Cincinnati's Lincoln Heights neighborhood had another thing coming from when Lincoln Heights actually decided to come outside and show up. And I did a little research on Cincinnati's Lincoln Heights neighborhood. Obviously, I did not know the story of Lincoln Heights, but the story of Lincoln Heights will not shock any of you who are familiar with the ways in which Black people were targeted systematically for economic underdevelopment, for the potential to have their own enclaves without blatant white interference and fuckery. But this is 2025, and this is a bit of a new day. And we are facing new, I won't say unprecedented, because Black folks, unfortunately, have been experiencing these kinds of challenges and attacks from the white power structure the entire time that we have been inside of this rotten colony, low since 1619, maybe even before. But I got some clips, you guys, because I was proud of the Lincoln Heights folks from Cincinnati, Ohio, an open carry state. I'm surprised it didn't get the click clacks. It didn't get to the blam blams. Part of the reason it may not have gotten to the blam blam portion of the program is because the police was on the scene. Funny enough, the police seem to be very protective of the crackers who showed up rocking their swastikas, rocking their banners saying that America's country for the white man. White women, I hope you're paying attention. Trump supporters or no, when the white men start talking about this is a white man's country, oh, white women, that's a clue for you. Y'all need to tune in and pay attention. But anyway, I wanted to take a look at some of the clips. And we do have a news package in there, but I was searching TikTok high and low trying to find regular people's clips. And for all that I extol about what I like about TikTok, what I don't like about TikTok is that they won't hesitate to blatantly censor or suppress certain topics, certain demonstrations. So what a thing that TikTok will do, they will mute a video. So you'll be able to view the video, but you won't be able to hear it. It won't have any sound, or they'll just delete it all outright and the creator won't get a chance to upload it. So there's fuckery with TikTok as well. But I found a couple clips and I think we will all enjoy. So anyway, well, we'll appreciate it. I don't know about enjoy, but we'll appreciate it. We're going to come back and talk about what this moment means for Black folks again in America. Let's take a look.
It is Hood News 75, and a hate group came to Lincoln Heights in Cincinnati, Ohio, because they thought it was acceptable to come here and start some BS and leave.
Yeah, and they got their flag. Yeah, and they got their flag.
Talk nice to us. Talk nice to us. You understand? Talk nice to me. Watch out for the white people.
Y'all done talked enough, though, for real.
Hood News 75, the only one that's really in the hood doing these news reports. Y'all better tune in.
Got these punk ass Nazis out here, y'all. In the zone.
I'm on my way to DJ, man. I done came. What the fuck wrong with these motherfuckers? They done lost their goddamn mind.
They want to die today.
Fuck these bitch ass motherfuckers.
They want to die today.
Hey, man, get out
What's
of here.
up with
Come
it?
over here. We'll kill all them motherfuckers. Fuck them.
They can die today.
Fuck them motherfuckers. Hey, man. We don't want them, man. Well, okay.
They can die today. They done came to the wrong hood with that shit. What's up?
So those were some scenes playing out over the weekend in Cincinnati, right off I-75. Ohioans, check in here. Do I got this right? I-75, exit 13. The lone exit for Lincoln Heights in that neighborhood. Lincoln Heights on Cincinnati's north side was trying to become its own, like 90 or 100 years ago, trying to become its own incorporated town. And it was a lengthy process for the town to do that, to get recognition, I believe, from the county as its own Black incorporated town. There are manufacturing jobs in proximity to Lincoln Heights, but because the county did not want some of these factories to have a to be zoned or be residenced or to exist in a Black incorporated municipality, Lincoln Heights was eroded. So like 90% of what would have been incorporated Lincoln Heights got ate up by some of the other surrounding towns in the area. So Ohioans, you fact check me in the chat, please and thank you if I got this right or wrong. Also, Lincoln Heights, unfortunately, has a dubious distinction of where the law enforcement have their firing range, their gun range. So not just Cincinnati police, not just Ohio state troopers, but the federal agencies, FBI, DEA, and they shoot all day long. Okay. They shoot from sun up to sundown. The police do. So you have this black incorporated or attempted to be incorporated area in the St. Louis, St. Louis, Lord have mercy, in the Cincinnati metro area, where black folks were zoned to, their economic base was systematically decimated, right? Because of racism. And then they are terrorized sonically by the constant sound of gunfire coming from the police range. So I can understand why the residents of Lincoln Heights, Ohio, Cincinnati, why they was perturbed when these fucking Nazis rode up and posted up with all their symbolism, their flags, their this, their that. And I appreciate the sentiment from our people. You heard the old brother. They can what? Be unalive today. Sure can. And there was one video that I found on TikTok that I excluded from this. And part of the reason is I didn't like the caption. The little header that they have on the video. Because one of the lines in the caption read, "We are not our ancestors. This is 2025. And I feel as though so many folks, maybe even people my age as well, Gen Xers and younger, millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, I don't know why younger Black people think that our ancestors, like people like my grandparents' age, or even my parents' age, or even my great-grandparents' age. My grandparents were born between 1900 and 1916. My parents were born in the 40s. My great-grandparents all born in the 1800s. I don't know why young people think that Black folks never shot at the fucking crackers. Why do y'all think this? Who told you that we were just docile and turn the other cheek? See, that is the part of the ahistorical retelling of the history of civil rights in this country. Young people, and my people, niggas my age too, really think that the civil rights era was all about Black folks getting the hoses turned on them, getting the dog sicked on them. Dr. King talk about turn the other cheek, nonviolence. No, y'all, those are just the stories that they are comfortable with us knowing. They don't want to tell you the stories of when our people, our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents let the blicker sing on them fucking crackers when they came around talking shit, okay? And there are lots of stories like this across our entire existence, damn near. And even during enslaved times, when we didn't necessarily have the munitions and etc. Y'all, the rebellions, there was the rebellions, first of all, and then the individual acts of rebellions of when, let's say, the house staff, the house enslaved people would poison the master's family. Everybody dead. Bye-bye, master's family, you pieces of shit, for keeping slaves. They're keeping people enslaved against their will. We have always fought back, okay? And 2025 is not going to be any fucking different, okay? Now, we have been following these crackers doing this kind of shit, well, really, since forever, but more recent days. They was in Nashville last year on that bullshit, even around January 6, 2021 time, because y'all know the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers and all them fucking little dick goofballs came to DC prior to January 6th and did a bunch of fuckery. The rumor was a couple of them, few of them was walking around down Anacostia, but then they had to hurry up and get the fuck out of Dodge for obvious reasons, right? And this is what I want everybody to spread the word and tell your folks, especially tell these young boys, these young kids. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the hard-headed ones, not the regular ones. I'm talking about the ones that got the ghost guns and shit at their house. Yo, listen, I don't give a fuck what kind of coat your teenage peer has. I don't care what kind of shoes he wear. Young people, you need to understand who your fucking enemy is, and it is not your your classmate who's wearing the better coat than you. So you got to pull a gun out on him and take his shit. No. It's time for us to get refocused and organized. If you're gonna have the guns, know who to point them at. Okay, be well apprised as to who your enemy is. What are the symbols that your enemy likes to adorn themselves with, right? What are some of the signs that when you see white men pulling up in the hood in a U-Haul, masked and hoodied up, right? It's time to pay attention. It's time to go call the others, okay? The time is not to be like, oh, fuck them, I ain't worried about them. No, you need to worry about them, okay? If you see them where you live, you absolutely need to worry about them. I want us to you got that package queued up, Will. Let's go to the package, actually, because out of the packages that I saw coming from Cincinnati pertaining to this latest pop-up of these fucking soft as scrotum skin fucking cowards. If you're gonna be a big man, and you're gonna have the little machine gun, or you're gonna be out there with the AR, why don't you take your mask down? Well, let us see who you are. Let us look at your acne pocked face and let us cast our eyes upon you. Don't be ashamed. Or why don't you go retro with it? Put the Klan hood on like your grandfather used to. Anyway, well, go ahead and run that package for me.
Nazis demonstrated in a greater Cincinnati neighborhood. The people living there immediately sent the message they're not welcome. WCPO 9 News reporter Sean Delancey shows us how they drove hate out of Lincoln Heights.
People from the historically black Lincoln Heights community were quick to tell a group of people waving swastika flags on that overpass over I-75 that they are not welcome here. In fact, that black blob on the concrete right over there is the charred remnants of one of those flags burned to a crisp. Waving swastika flags, some armed with rifles. Eric Ruffin took this video of a group of apparent Nazis in Lincoln Heights where he says they called him the N-word.
Officially letting you know there is racism in America. This is absolutely ridiculous that I got to deal with this.
Other videos show counter-protesters breaking through a police line to confront them. The group that eventually grew to more than 100 took a swastika emblazoned flag and set it aflame, leaving just this blob. Charlene Evans helped set it on fire.
In this neighborhood, we do stand for something. This here turf is golden soil, and it won't be tarnished with things like that.
One man arranged bullets to spell out LH on the flag, a message not to return to Lincoln Heights. To lower the temperature,
We need you, Lord, now to come in the midst of it.
Lincoln Heights Baptist Church began a spontaneous prayer.
It's all about faith. We are doing the work of God.
Still, anger went beyond the white supremacist display to the police who kept the group separate.
Nobody's coming to save us. They allowing the Nazis in.
In a statement, the Evendale Police Department says that while the protest was very offensive, it was not illegal. Look, the Sheriff's Department responding in a statement of their own that they responded to de-escalate the situation and make sure that no one was hurt. Looking forward, Pastor Julian Cook has a message.
There are obviously people who want to spread hate right now. To those people, what is your message?
You will not win. You will not win. You may try, but we have a history of being able to push past these things, as difficult as they may be. You will not win.
There has been a long list of statements and addresses from politicians, the NAACP, and more. For all of that, head over to WCPO.com. In Lincoln Heights, I'm Sean Delancey, WCPO 9 News.
The Jewish Federation of Cincinnati also condemned the display of what they called Nazi symbols today, calling them reprehensible.
We are not going to be intimidated. We are going to be proud to be Jewish. And our response to hate is really to reaffirm our commitment to strengthening community bonds.
CEO Danielle Minson there says that they have received no credible reports of threats to the Jewish community, but they remain dedicated to safety and security in all Jewish organizations and congregations.
Whoo, that ended mighty white at the end, did it not? let me touch on that real quick when we go back to what the brothers and the sisters were talking about. So I'm gonna give that lady, the representative of the Jewish Federation, the benefit of the doubt, because I know how local news will chop a clip down to 6 seconds, 4 seconds, and a lot of the original context will be lost or omitted or never broadcast for the audience. But when she says that, we are committed, we as the Jewish community won't be intimidated, we won't back down. I didn't see the Nazis in this instance coming to the Jewish community. They was in the hood. They was in Lincoln Heights, lady. They wasn't. I don't know where the Jewish area of Cincinnati is, but it didn't appear as though the Nazis decided to bother the Jewish residents of Cincinnati that day. They came to the hood to antagonize and terrorize the Black people. And I would have loved for the Jewish Federation and some of their members to have showed up and stood shoulder to shoulder in solidarity with the Black people whose neighborhoods were being threatened and terrorized by armed Nazis, right? Or maybe I should say Yahtzees. Who cares? I don't care if YouTube suppresses my shit. They doing it anyway. Fuck them. So anyway, but I'm like, wow, that was the whitest thing you could have said, lady. Well, they didn't threaten us today, but they better not threaten us because okay, but no, they wasn't threatening you today. So I guess if the Nazis are only threatening you is when you care, is when you will say or do something. Interesting to not even mention whose neighborhood it was that was being targeted in this white supremacist display. It was the Blacks. It was Black folks. And you heard the Black folks right there in Lincoln Heights putting the bullets on the flag. Like, okay, crackers, y'all can come back around here if you want to. But I appreciate the smoke for the police. Evendale, is it? Evendale, Ohio, in proximity in the Cincinnati metro area. Yeah, the Evendale police was out there doing fuck all except talking tough to the Black residents who were obviously, I won't say fearful, but ready for some action, because again, that's you waving a Nazi flag, that's a threat. You got an AR on your hip, that's a threat. You posting up in an area that you clearly don't belong, nor do you live, those are threats. That is intimidating behavior. And it seemed as though the Evendale police were more interested in keeping the Black residents who belonged there away from the white supremacists who did not belong there, and who clearly wanted to do provocative things to get that sort of reaction from the Black residents. And the police were there to say, while the white supremacist protest and display was offensive, it was not illegal under the guise of so-called free speech. But we know that if you are to organize a protest, number one, don't you need some paperwork? don't you need to clear this with somebody? Don't you need to, get a permit or the like? I'm not sure if the white supremacists had a permit. I don't know. Simply them existing as American citizens with that sort of inflammatory, oh shit, that's Bagheera. Those inflammatory displays. I don't think that is protected speech, by the way. I think, in the same way that you cannot go into a crowded movie theater and yell fire because it's a threat to public safety. It could be a stampede. It could put people's lives in danger. I don't think you get to go into historically Black places and call the residents racial slurs and harass them and antagonize them. That's not protected speech. But see, that's the difference though, right? In America, white people do what, y'all? Whatever the fuck they want. Okay? And January 6th was a perfect example of that. Actually, January 6th was a perfect example of that. And then Trump's pardoning of the January 6th insurrectionists. Perfect example. Tell me when and where don't white people get to do exactly whatever the fuck they want to do, whenever they want to do it, especially if the people on the receiving end of those, especially white racist actions, are non-white. If Black people are harmed, white people can do whatever the fuck they want to do. If Asian people are harmed, if Latinos are harmed, oh, whites get to do whatever the fuck they want. It's amazing. I get why the whites want to stay in America. I wish they would go back to Europe. But Europe don't want them. So I want us to just be mindful that we are probably going to see more stunts like this. And no, I'm not suggesting that, when you see the Nazis pull up in the U-Haul that you automatically let the chopper sing. Unfortunately, we do have a nation of laws here, and second degree M-word is absolutely a thing. I don't want none of us to go out sad, though. No, let me calm down. But we need to be documenting them. We need to be filming them. We need to be taking down their license plate numbers. We need to be trying to get as much information and expose these people for exactly who they are. I have a sneaking suspicion that the police of Evendale likely were protecting those white supremacist Yahtzees because they was probably cops. They was probably police. They was probably individuals with some status and position in the community, would be my guess. Either themselves cops straight out, or other notable professionals in the Cincinnati area, or maybe they even came from out of town. I'm so surprised that the local officials didn't say they were outside agitators. I said, I appreciate y'all owning up to the likelihood that these are some local yokel homeboys. These white supremacists, they were not outside agitators. They are likely born and bred in Ohio. Everybody knows Ohio is Klan territory. That should not be a shock to anybody. Well, actually, the whole country is Klan territory. Some states are hotter spots for Klan territory than others. And I would definitely count Ohio as Klan territory. Make no mistake about that. Jeez Louise. So head on the swivel, everybody. You don't have to be necessarily in formal Klan territory to be seeing some shit like this, okay? I expect to see shit like this in Maryland. I expect to see shit like this in DC, because we have. But and if you're a town, or if you're from a neighborhood in your town, and I'm talking about Black folks, of course, or rowdy Hispanics, whatever. But like, if your area has a reputation like, oh, you don't want to go to Lincoln Heights because this shit, they like to fuck around and find out in Lincoln Heights. And if you see them crackers roll up, make sure that your town lives up to that reputation. I want you to do that. I can't recall how long ago this was. Let's say the past 5 years, but it was a video that had gone viral of some crackers, again, came to Baltimore. Why? For what? What they come to Baltimore for? And was walking around talking shit, and one of them got knocked out nighty-night, bye-bye. Alive, by the way, just got knocked unconscious. And he was made an example of. Like, come on, Connor. The fuck you come out here for? Because they will knock you out. Why do you think they wouldn't? And if you flash some steel, you'll get flashed on. Like, don't play games out here. But if y'all want to play games, guess what? We are our ancestors, okay? Our ancestors would put hurt whoopings on the whites if they got the opportunity to. Our ancestors would also flash their rifles, flash their pistols, shoot when necessary. Every single so-called race riot, actual uprising. Let's go to Tulsa for a second. The Tulsa so-called uprising, the Tulsa race riots. They do talk about how Greenwood, the section of North Tulsa, the Black area, Black Wall Street, was destroyed. It was bombed. It was burned. Lots of Black people lost their lives. That is fact. But you think no whites got killed? Oh, yo, they did. They did. So it's never them. The score is never them with 100 and us 0. No, it's very much kind of like Palestine and Israel, right? Like, no question, Israel has got the numbers of confirmed kills on Palestinians, but it's not like the Israelis have suffered naught. And that's what I want us to keep in mind here. Like, yeah, do they have more guns? Yep, they do. But we got guns too. And we need to remember that we, as our ancestors before us, are in a life and death situation simply existing as Black in this country. We usually don't have the opportunities just to simply be and exist. We see when Black people are walking, on the phone, in their car, jogging, in the store. Let's talk about Ohio specifically. John Crawford II. Ohio is an open carry state. John Crawford was in the Walmart handling a gun that was available for customers to handle. Some cracker called police and said, "We got a Black guy in the Walmart waving a gun around." John Crawford was on the phone, sadly oblivious to what was going on. He's on the phone, he's handling his gun. Police walk up on him. I don't even think they gave him 2 seconds to put his hands up, to put the gun down, to identify himself. They shot him and killed him on the spot. And a very similar thing happened to Tamir Rice. Again, Ohio, open carry state. Tamir Rice, 12 years old, with a BB gun by himself under a gazebo. Some cracker called the police. "Oh, there's a man out here with a gun." Oh, that 12-year-old boy with a BB gun? And when the police rode up, did Tamir get 10 seconds to respond? It's life or death out here for Black folks in America. And as emboldened as the police have always been, as they continue to get green lights from this administration and previous administration, Democrat and Republican, by the way, Democrats embolden the police against us as much as Republicans do. As much as they have been further emboldened under Trump, now it's going to be the fucking B team, the fucking JV pigs, the fucking the militia that goes in the woods and drills on the weekend, right? It's them. So if they bust back, but you let them know that it's not cool, it's not safe, it's not appropriate. It is not the time for them to be coming in our spaces, coming to where we live, where we reside, where your kids live, where your mama live, and pop that shit without repercussion. So that is going to be my program. I hear Bagheera in there tapping. Tappa. Before I let you go, guys, do me a favor. I need you all to please like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are like 800 and some, no, that's a lie, 2,800 away from 10K. So do me a favor, subscribe to Burn It Down with Kim Brown. Help us get to the 10,000 subscriber mark. I want to thank everybody that came out to the Around the Fire support sesh over the weekend. Thank you so much to Anna, Mama Lorraine, Abby, what's going on, to Swery Ferry. Thank you so much, Emily. Thank you so much, Vesper, Greg, Kofi. You guys are the greatest. Love you so much. Oh, Courtney showed up too, Courtney, but you was quiet. That's cool. And listen, I be quiet too. I just be listening sometimes because that's how you learn, right? Talk less, listen more. Will would like to join us here because Will has got some cool shit going, y'all. Will is out here booked and busy. Will is out here hobnobbing with the folks, with the power brokers in and around Baltimore City. What's going on, brother Will?
I'm just a guy. I'm just a sound guy. How y'all doing?
First of all, there's no such thing as just a sound guy, because guess what? Guess what falls apart if the sound is fucked up? Everything, my nigga, everything. So if you the sound man, you have a very important job, Will. I just want to say that. But what's going on with you, man? What do you want to talk to us about tonight?
Thank you. Appreciate the layup. So tonight, I just wanted to share with you guys. Again, I'm working on a campaign this year to put out 2 films. One working around food disparity in West Baltimore. I'm an organizer, if you don't know. And I work around food insecurity and art and things like that. And then the other is helping honor my mentor, Eddie Conway, who also passed away this week, 2023.
Former political prisoner, former Black Panther. Eddie spent 46 years in jail, Will?
44.
44.
43 in like 11 months or something like that.
Outrageous.
So we give him the 44.
Yeah.
So so I've been on a 30-day campaign just to kind of raise awareness and funds for my film. I need equipment. So I'm going to not only share the campaign video, but also, give you guys the link. Sharing it, liking it is it's a contribution. So please do that if you can. But let me 1 second and then I'll pull it up right here and play it for y'all. And also I'll drop it in the chat.
Boom, bap. Bap, right. Boom.
Our stories connect us, inspire change, and shine light on issues that really matter.
So what we're doing is just putting like tiles on the roof.
In Baltimore and in other underserved communities, voices are longing to be heard, stories are waiting to be told. This is Anthony, a young man who understands the challenges his community faces and is determined to be a part of the solution. Hi, my name is Will Arenas. I'm an artist, filmmaker, and organizer. And even as a child, I've always had the passion for visual storytelling. It evolved over the years from visual art to filmmaking. And now I'm here in Baltimore with over 10 years of creating and filmmaking experience. And I'm excited to bring you guys 2 projects I'm working to put out this year. The first features Anthony and tackles food disparity in West Baltimore, highlighting the work of communities, organizations, and individuals creating solutions at the ground level. The second honors my mentor and father figure, Eddie Conway, a former Baltimore Black Panther. Eddie spent 44 years in prison for a crime he didn't commit. Even after his release, Eddie never stopped organizing for people. He passed away in 2023, but his legacy still lives on. When you partner with us, you're not just funding films, you're creating experiences, from visual art programs to multimedia workshops. Here's how you can contribute. You can contribute financially via the link below, or you can purchase directly from our wish list, or you could share the video. Whether you contribute financially or purchase an item off of our list, you'll be a part of our journey to uplift voices, preserve legacies, and spark change.
As long as you keep your head to the sky, you can win. That's optimistic, sir. That is sounds of blackness levels of optimism. Yes.
I'm crying. Thank you. Thank you for letting me thank you for the number, first of all, because I know it came from the spirit. But yeah, thank you for letting me share that. So yeah, again, I appreciate you guys just sharing it, liking the video. And anything you guys can do, I definitely appreciate that. I appreciate all of the feedback you guys give, because I know it comes from the heart and it's real. So like I said, I'm just trying to honor Eddie, and I'm gonna keep doing it. So help as much as you can. Thank y'all. I said I don't got nothing else right now.
That's cool. Neither do I. I got nothing else. You got a snow day tomorrow, Will?
Outside saying yeah, but I ain't checked my phone, so
they canceling school in the DC area early. they done canceled school. I'm pretty sure they done canceled the government. I said, I hope this dumbass nigga Trump got sense enough to know that nigga, you gotta close. DC doesn't work with more than 2 inches of snow. Like, this is just known fact. Okay, so the government must close. So they're forecasting 4 to 8 inches, even though Doug Kammerer per Storm Team 4. I love Storm Team 4. I love Doug Kammerer. He cute. Anyway, Doug Kammerer said he might have to revise those snow totals up to 6 to 10 inches potentially of snow in the DC area. So I hope you get a snow day tomorrow, bro. Is what I'm basically the long-winded way of me saying that.
Just tomorrow though. Just tomorrow. I got stuff to do on Thursday and Friday. I'm trying to chill. And they gave the kids off that day anyway. So
oh, that's right. You off Friday too, right? The professional development day.
Mm-hmm.
And then Monday is President's Day, right?
Yeah, I'm working that day too though.
The ghetto. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank
All right,
you, Wilbert. I
thank you.
appreciate you.
Yes.
Hey, do we have any acknowledgments?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say it again.
No, I was just saying, yeah, people in the chat, RIP Eddie Conway. Yes.
Did we get any colored boxes flowing upwards?
Nope. No.
That's okay. I
We love
appreciate
no.
y'all.
We love y'all.
All day. Thank you guys so much. So yeah, I'm not going to even put out the channel's cash stuff. If you guys have any support that you would like to send directed towards Brother Will's way, we appreciate it. Will's a good brother out here. He a RVA nigga, Henrico County, which is kind of like Howard County for me in Maryland. So he a little suburban, but he then came to Baltimore and toughed it out 10 whole years in Baltimore City. Really give the man a medal because he embraced Baltimore. He loves Baltimore and Baltimore loves him back. And not everybody can appreciate the edge of Baltimore. Baltimore got a little edge to it. But guess what? If the people in Baltimore City are actually very warm, very compassionate. My mom's from Baltimore, and what she says all the time is that what she appreciates about Baltimore is that people will speak to you. You speak to anybody in Baltimore, they'll talk back to you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how you doing? That's how we do in the Mid-Atlantic. I don't know where they do it where y'all from. But hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm doing all right. You know what I'm saying? And anyway, it's friendly. That's how we are kind of Southern. So anyway. So shout out to Baltimore City. Shout out to the brother Will doing excellent work in Baltimore. So guys, I am out. We will see y'all back here on Friday for the Friday edition of Burn It Down with Kim Brown. Please don't forget to tune in to Black Liberation Media, the Remix Morning Show, airing Tuesday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern, though there is speculation that the Remix Morning Show could get expanded to Monday through Friday. Yeah, we'll see. Well, it actually ain't got nothing to do with me. I will show up on the days I'm scheduled. I stick to my schedule. So anyway, but tomorrow, Remix Morning Show. Tune in for that, and I will see y'all back here on Friday, guys. All right, that's it. Y'all have a good evening. Peace. Be safe in the world, in the country, wherever you are. Be safe. Head on the swivel. Get your pew-pews ready. Get them pokers ready because you may have to fight. That's it. All right, y'all. Love you guys. Thank you so much to Will and Molly. See y'all back here Friday. See y'all later. Bye-bye.